Red Hat has announced that they are going to provide a free version of Red Hat Enterprise Server that will allow you to install up to 16 installations free of charge. The only catch is you have to join the developer's subscription. Back in December, Red Hat announced there's going to be a no-cost version for small production workloads. Now, they didn't really say what a small production workload was, but they said that you can put it on 16 systems. That could be a virtual machine or a physical machine. There's a bunch of information here about the developer subscription. I got tired head reading it, so if you want to read about it, go ahead and check it. What you have to do to get the developer description is go to developers.redhat.com. You hit the login button, and there's an option here to create an account. Creating an account is free. The only thing it requires is a valid email address, because they will send you an email to verify your registration. Once you've signed up and created the account, come back to this login screen. Go ahead and log in. And then click the customer portal option at the top. It will show you what the account number is that it generated for you. Even though it's a free subscription, they generate an account number. Scroll down on the left and look under My Subscriptions. You'll see that you have one active subscription. And if you read some of their documentation, they talk about adding the developer subscription to an existing subscription. So if you need information for that, go back into some of their documentation here. But when I look at this one active subscription, I see that it is a Red Hat developer subscription, and it has a subscription number assigned to it. It will have a start date and an end date. When the subscription expires, you have to come back into this portal and renew the subscription. That will allow your servers to continue getting updates and patches and things like that. You click under Systems. Whenever you install a Red Hat, it's going to communicate with their servers and let it know the server name, and it can pull information from the server. One nice thing about this portal is that it will give you information on bug fixes and any enhancements that are available, like patches or things like that. So I installed this system just yesterday, and it's telling me there's an advisory out for Perl that I need to update. So once you've got the subscription and it's active there, you'll go to the download section and download the version that you want. The download is just like any other download. It drops an ISO file onto your system. Once you have that ISO, you're ready to start your installation. Now I'm installing on a virtual machine running under KVM. So I've got everything set up and I'm ready to start the installation. So I tell it to go ahead and start. I'll try to make this window bigger. So it's going to go through a normal installation process. The thing that you'll notice here is that you have the option to connect to Red Hat and register the system. You have to go ahead and set up your network first to make sure you can get out and connect to the internet. So once you hit the connect to Red Hat option, it wants the username that you created on the Red Hat portal on the developer subscription screen. And I've got a long password here. And you have options to connect to Red Hat Insights. I just leave that at the default and I hit register. Comes up and it says it's attaching to the subscription that I created. All right, it shows it's attached to that subscription, and I should be able to just go on to the next screen. So after that, you just complete the installation like you normally would. I'm just doing a default server, so I don't need all this other stuff over here. And we're back after 30 to 35-minute delay. It was hung up on something called updating subscription service. So we're going to go ahead and reboot it. Goes into an initial setup screen. You have to accept the license. And you have to scroll all the way down and hit done. And I'm pretty sure if you didn't go through the subscription process during the install, you could go through it here, or you could leave it blank. It'll be X'd out, I believe, and you can just hit finish. And then when you log in for that first time, it'll give you a message saying that the server is not licensed. I'll go ahead and log in. It wants to set the time zone on my first login. English, United States, typing English, US, next. Privacy, location services off. Skip that. Tells me I'm ready to go. All right, boots into GNOME even though I selected a server install. Oh, I have to go into settings and change my display. I don't like that. Let me try it at a different setting. I can't see the bottom of the screen there. It's probably the 1440. Let's do 1920 at 1080. Okay, yeah, and I can see the bottom of it. But there you have a fully licensed install from the ISO. Now, I also noticed there was an option to install a KVM image when you're going through the download. But once you install that image, it installs, but there's no way to get in because the root password is set to some unknown password. So you have to, on the host machine that's running KVM, you have to go in and set the password on the actual image itself. So let's see here. To set that password on that image, you have to install the guest FS tools on the host system that's running KVM. I'm running an Ubuntu system on KVM, so I had to go in and install the guest FS tools from here. After that, you have to shut down that image KVM and you have to run a command to set the password, which is not that, which is here. So I ran that Vert customize and I told it the name of the image file that I downloaded. I just set the password to password. So once I did that, that gave me access to the image, and I was able to go in and set an IP address on it. And just give me a message about not liking that. I'll just get rid of it. I wonder if, yes, I did. I think I use the same IP on both systems. Let's go look at it. Yeah, I've got the same IP on two different systems. This is the image. This is the ISO install. And then I have a image install, which is a different screen. Let's see where it is. That's this one. Okay, so I'm using the same IP and it's confusing the system. So let me go in and change this one to 163. Sorry, 162. deactivate, activate. All right. The image one is number 3, and it's at IP 162. What I want it to do is go to the ISO install, which is 161. All right, so this one is fully activated. The one that is at 162 is not activated. Remember, 161 is the ISO that I downloaded and installed. 162 is the image, the QCOW image that I downloaded. And when you log into that one, you get the message that the system is not registered to run this command. So I'm going to run this. Says it can't connect. Run it says connection. Says it can connect to it. Let's try the register again. Unable to fetch URL. Okay, let's try the other command that I found. Says this is the option to register from the command line. Okay, here's another way to do it. I can it's trying to register. It's asking for my password. I will type. And let it go on and do its thing. Comes back and tells me the system has been registered. It's got the wrong registered name there. I'm gonna have to get rid of that. But anyway, that's how you do it. You run that command and it will register it. And then when you go back into the portal and you look at your systems, comes up, it says localhost.local domain. I'm going to change that and see if I can get it to re-register. Okay, I'm going to click this checkbox here and hit remove to unregister it. And I'm going to go back and I'm going to rerun the register command. Which was, what was that register command? It was. It says use -- force to override. Wants my password again. Okay, it unregistered the original localhost.local domain. Then it came back and gave a new registration using the new host name. When I go back into my portal and I hit refresh here, now I have the 3 servers with the 3 names that I wanted. 1 and 2 were both installations from the ISO. Number 3 was an installation from the KVM image. So in order to install the free Red Hat with no support, you have to go to the developer site, sign up for a subscription, download the ISO image or the KVM image, run your installation, and you have to subscribe during the installation or at the end of the installation. Go ahead and click the like and subscribe button, and thank you for watching.